morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Thursday the 5th of November. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, we're looking at the hourly candlesticks here. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall through to sub 14,000 levels and the pivot level at 13,975 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 14,419. You're going to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from the most recent high of 14,244 that was late yesterday afternoon. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 14,500 to pin Bitcoin back. In the event of breakout, second major resistance level sitting at 14,690 would likely come into play. Fall through the pivot, and you've got the first major support level sitting at 13,704. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should steer clear of sub 13,500 levels. Second major support level sits at 13,260. Looking at the MACDs, slight narrowing of the bullish histogram, but nothing suggestive of any bearish move ahead. On the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 pull away marginally from the 100 and the 200, supportive of upside through the morning. So avoiding a fall through to sub 14,000 levels and that pivot level, and a break back through yesterday's high would bring resistance levels into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar. Mixed start to the day for Ethereum. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 396.27 to take a run at the first major resistance level that's sitting at 415.91. Going to see a broad-based crypto rally for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high 409, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ethereum test resistance at 420 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 428.63. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 383.55 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should steer clear of sub 380s. Second major support level sits at 363.91. Looking at the MACDs, got a narrowing of the bullish histograms, but nothing to indicate a bearish day ahead just yet. On the EMAs, we're seeing a possible bullish cross of the 50 through the 200 at the start of the day. So keep an eye on that. That's looking and pointing towards a breakout that would bring 415 levels and possibly the second major resistance level into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, relatively bullish start to the morning. Going to see Litecoin avoid a fall through the 23.6% fib at 54 and the pivot level at 53.91 to bring the first major resistance level at 56.18 into play. Going to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high 55.34. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, should see Litecoin test resistance at 57 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 57.6. A fall through the 23.6% fib and pivot at 53.91 would bring the first major support level sitting at 52.49 into play. Barring a crypto meltdown, should see Litecoin continue to steer clear of sub 50. Second major support level sits at 50.22. Looking at the MACDs, again slight narrowing of the bullish histogram, but nothing indicative of a bearish day ahead. On the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 narrow on the 100 and the 200, supporting this early upside. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fall through the 23.6% fib and the pivot to then target a move through to 56 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, slightly bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.2370 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 0.2414. Going to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.24 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. Event of breakout, got the second major resistance level at 0.2449 that would likely come into play. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2335 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should stay clear of second major support level, sitting at 0.2292. Looking at the MACD, got a widening of the bullish histogram at the start of the day, providing support. On the EMA, we've got a slight narrowing of the 50 on the 100 and the 200, also suggestive of further upside through the morning. So avoiding fall through the pivot at 0.2370 and a break back through to 0.24 levels would bring resistance levels into play.